By the end of this month, the FedNow instant payment system will be active in the United States. And I know, just like me, you've been wondering, is Stellar Lumens involved somewhere? Can we find a connection? DHN, can you find me a connection? My God. Yes. Yes, I can. Let me show you this. Now, I am fresh off the heels of recording a video about XRP with this same setup here. Trying to find if XRP is involved with FedNow. Maybe looking to see if XDC is involved somewhere. But this video is centered around Stellar Lumens, because when I did the digging, ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, the journey that it took me on. So here's the narrative. You can see here, this is the new list of FedNow participants. We've been tracking the narrative for a number of months. We were aware of the FedNow service showcase providers, the multiple blockchain companies involved, Metal, Cypherium, so forth and so on. Ripple partners, we hit more on that in that video. Make sure you watch that. When it comes to Stellar Lumens though, nothing. I couldn't find it. No one else could find it. No one was even talking about it. Stellar was in Ukraine the last couple of years. So they've been doing their thing out there, helping the, United Nations, stuff like that, working with Circle and MONEYGRAM, which we're going to touch on that too. There's been some developments in that space. But as far as the FedNow goes, you're going to like this. So let's go all the way down this list. And as you can see, some of the big players did make the cut. BNY Mellon, JP Morgan, a couple banks out of Michigan, which has me so curious. Can't wait to see how that goes. And then we have the U.S. Department of Treasury Bureau's Fiscal Service. Guys, do you know what that means? That's every government funded program you've ever seen. It's coming from there. All right. That's another thread we could follow, because I know there are a couple blockchain projects that have worked with the Department of Treasury. And then we have Wells Fargo too, who also has a very close relationship with MONEYGRAM. That's very good. That's very interesting. And then we get to the service providers. Now, this is when things really started to change for me, because there were a number of names missing. Now, keep in mind, one company that I was tracking was Volante Technologies, because Volpay uses Ripple technology, and Volpay was initially going to be used in the FedNow service provider showcase. But this is the final list right here, service providers. All right, now we see ACI Worldwide. We know they're big with Ripple. Finastra, very big with Ripple. Again, you got to watch that XRP video. Finsley, couldn't find much. FIS they're a hybrid. That's how I like to look at them. That's, I believe that is Fidelity's extension though. Fiserv does a little bit of work with blockchain. FPS Jack Henry, not much. But here's the company that I want to alert you to. All right. And it's so funny when you watch the XRP video, you're gonna notice a pattern. You're gonna be like, hey, what are you doing here? Trust me, they're hitting this from two completely different angles. Let me show you this right here. So you go over to Stellar's website. It's a beautiful website. And you go and look at their integration partners. Right at the top three here, developer services. You have Armino Tech, you have BP Ventures, you have Balloon Box. The company that we are going to pay attention to is BP Ventures. Now, BP Ventures popped up in our content a while back. In April, Stellar Lumens gets ISO support from BP Ventures, opening $1 trillion market access on Stellar and USDC Circle. This means that thanks to a Stellar upgrade, which was completed in June, transactions on the Stellar blockchain, including transactions with USDC, so that means MONEYGRAM, they're going to be ISO compatible. Jump over here to the initial community funding award. So BP Ventures, they had to work to get involved with Stellar. Back in 2020 is when this all started to unfold. Now, I'm reading this. This is like a proposal for grant funding. And as you can see, they were funded, right? And I'm reading through this thing, and this is a description of how BP Ventures will incorporate their services to include the Stellar blockchain. So BP Ventures provides Stellar blockchain payment solutions and software development services for money transfer operators, exchange houses, fintechs, banks and telecos that add new revenues, decrease fraud, chargeback rates, and improve working capital treasury efficiencies. It continues to state that this is how they plan to allow money services business to incorporate Stellar Lumens. They talk about reduced chargebacks, funds are available immediately, that's that ISO, lower costs, new customer integrations, one click, either through Circle or BP Ventures platform or Stellar platform, Soraband, keep that in mind. They also support Tether from Ethereum via APay and Bitcoin Lightning payments. Whoa. Last sentence. Integrate into Temenos, opening 1,600 banks and credit unions to the Stellar blockchain. Now, let's jump back over here. Same spelling, same company, service provider for the FedNow Instant Payment Network. So it's not a situation where they came out and explicitly stated, hey, we're going to use the Stellar Lumens blockchain, or we're going to use this particular crypto. After doing this video, what I'm understanding is that it's a situation where, okay, we're the legacy system. Here is what we have. We have fintech rising on one side. We have crypto rising on the other side. If we want to mess with crypto, we're going through a fintech provider. Trust and believe. That's how they're going to make that move. And the fintech provider will then allow for a blockchain to get involved. That is what we're seeing here. That is how this is going to happen. So, anybody asked the question, which cryptos are really working with the Fed now? I just showed you a direct connection for Stellar Lumens and XRP. Yeah, I'm pumping that other XRP video. I should have put them both together, but this is major, guys. This is major. And I mentioned that we were going to talk about MONEYGRAM. There has been a development here. If you don't know about that story, a couple years back, well, not a couple years. It's almost been 2 years, 2021, end of 2021, officially in 2022. Yeah, it's been some time, but MONEYGRAM is working with Stellar and Circle. They have this entire payment network built out. It is running smoothly and it continues to expand because on the 9th of July, hate these ads, but Whitebit joins the MONEYGRAM access for crypto to cash transactions. Now, the reason this caught my attention is because I used to use Whitebit not too long ago. I did. And when I was using it, it was just a run-of-the-mill exchange, just a regular old crypto exchange. It was something that this was after Binance had started kicking off US customers, and I was looking for another exchange to get some low caps. Whitebit was one of them. It was easy to get to. As a matter of fact, I was recommended the site from DualMine. Remember that story in that video? Avoid these crypto mistakes? Yeah, don't be like me. But since then, Whitebit has upgraded. For surely. Loving the new logo. It used to be like a WB something. But you can see nice little list of partners here, right? But this particular logo right here, ladies and gentlemen. And when I saw this, now I understood why Whitebit entered that list of companies. And there's 6 altogether. The other 5 are Stellar Lumens ecosystem applications. This is the first exchange to do it that is not native to Stellar. I think that's going to be important. And so is this. Back in 2022, Whitebit cooperates with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine. They're going to provide assistance to the consular service of Ukraine in countries where our representative offices operate, support Anti-Crisis Center of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, support the technical equipment of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs mobile groups, facilitate the transition of foreign diplomatic institutions to barrier-free digital asset spaces. Whitebit is not just a crypto exchange anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out too. WhitePay and U24. Yeah, that number 24 then popped up again. So this is the Vladimir Zelensky Foundation. United 24 and WhitePay with Whitebit Exchange have created a platform to raise donations for military and humanitarian support and the reconstruction of Ukraine. WhitePay will provide fast acceptance of crypto payments. This is where you can make donations, so forth and so on, and it will be directed to special accounts of the National Bank of Ukraine and distributed to defense, demining, humanitarian, medical assistance, and reconstruction efforts. Over 100 cryptocurrencies are available. What stands out to me is Ukraine. It's obvious because Stellar has been slowly positioning themselves closer to Ukraine, and that is so strange. I think it's connected in a way to the United States not bothering them in this entire security situation. I genuinely feel that way. Because if you go all the way back to the beginning of the conflict, and I'm not about to get political, but I just want to point this out, the very first reaction we had to this was financial. And ever since then, what have we seen? I'm not giving you an opinion. I'm presenting you with the facts. Something's happening over there, and Stellar Lumens is involved. That's all I'm going to say on that one. When it comes to FEDNOW, which cryptos are going to be involved, they're not going to tell us. And thanks to things like NDAs and white label services, they ain't got to. But I understand common sense and I understand business, ladies and gentlemen. You can find these things. And that's what we just did in this video. So, if you found value, of course, a couple things I need you to do for me. Hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that way you don't miss the next one. And as always, have a great day. Have a prosperous day. And always remember, if the money is digital, so is the hustle. I'm Wade Teamer. I'll see you in the next one.